Hey guys, Alex here from ONSTREET GARAGE, here today with the Chaser. Going to be putting some HKS coilovers in that I bought secondhand from Japan. The stock suspension is just way too boaty, wasn't cutting it, so it's just a quick 5-minute video showing you how to put the coilovers in and a couple of quick clips of how it's sitting at the moment. It will end up a little bit lower once I have the right size tires, but for now it's just day and night. So first step is to get access to the rear struts. So we'll pull the seat base out, just needs a good tug to get it out. Push the seat bolts through the little holes so that they're not holding the seat in place. That will uncover 4 10mm nuts at the base of the seat back. So we just get each of those undone. I've circled them in red here so you can see them. Once they're all out, then you just slightly lift the seat up and fold it forward, and that gives us access to the rear struts. So to make sure we're collecting baselines and actually seeing the difference that the coilovers make to the height, I always like to measure them first from the center of the wheel to the guard and just write that down so we've got a record of where it was at beforehand and make sure everything's balanced. So next step is to get the car off the ground so we can actually get the wheels off and get access to the coilovers. So I always like to put jack stands under the back, and I'll put a chock under at least one of the front wheels so that we're not going anywhere on a nice flat surface. Safety first always. Alrighty, so once we're up in the air safely, we'll undo the wheel nuts, take the wheels off so that we have easy access to the struts and there's no unnecessary weight holding them down when we undo them from the inside. Then we can move back into the inside of the car, and you can see here there's 3 12mm nuts to the top of each strut. I've given them a quick circle in red so you can see what's what. Get them off and we can drop them out. So I think it's always best practice that we give everything a little spray down with WD-40 first, just to make sure that we're not breaking tools or swearing too much, ripping our knuckles up underneath the car. Once that's done, we're going to undo the sway bar link, which I've circled here to give us a bit more space to open it up. And we also want to undo the bottom bolt through the strut that I've circled in this picture here. Alright, this is by far the most painful part, definitely tested me. It's super finicky to sort of get the strut out on the right angle, but you can see here I eventually got it, but I just got to be patient. I think the neighbours learned a few new words whilst I was doing this, but we got it out. So then to get the rear coilover back in, we literally just reverse what we just did. Then we move on to the front. So same deal again, pop the bonnet, get access to the 12mm nuts, give them all a good spray down with WD-40, and I let them sit for half an hour or so just so everything loosens up a little bit. And the same again, we measure the front wheel on each side. I like to write down that measurement so I have a comparison. We're probably a fair bit closer to ride height here on the front, so I don't think we'll see too much difference, but I'll write those down either way. Okay, again a good soaking with WD-40 just on the bottom strut bolt there. I circled that one, that's the one we want to get undone, and I also undid the front sway bar link, which I've circled here just to give us better access. And then same deal as the rears. We want to get that sway bar link out, get the bottom bolt out, a bit of messing around with it again, but I've just done a quick time lapse because we're pretty much doing the same thing, so you can see the old strut come out and the new strut go in. It's probably worth noting that I bought the jack in here just to play around with the angle so that I could get the bolts out nice and easy, and also get the sway bar link in and out without too much tension on it. And that's it for the coilover install. So I get the wheel back on. The bit you don't see is I move it out into the driveway, get it up again and just make sure everything is nice and tight and how it should be. And then took it for a lap, did the same thing, brought it home, made sure everything was tensioned as it should be, checked all the heights to make sure they were right. So final numbers I've worked out is that we took 30mm off the rear and 15mm off the front. Again, as I said, we'll recheck those once we've got the right tyres on, but this is how it looks. Thanks as always for watching, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get 500 by the end of the year. We're at about 315 right now, so love the support. I'll have another video out soon on the 𝐾E25, so keep an eye on the channel.